everyone, and welcome back to Smart Spiritual Solutions. Here we use the Bible to solve everyday problems and improve our overall lifestyle. It is common for most people in this world to like to seek validation from their fellow human beings. That's how most people feel like they belong in this world and get that, sense of belonging. But what we will discover in this video is that the Bible actually advises against this for reasons that I will discuss. A good example of people trying to seek validation and glory from their fellow man is with the Jews who were living in Christ's time. Their leaders, the Pharisees, were notorious for doing things only for the appeal of other people. And Jesus Christ condemned them for this in Matthew chapter 23 verses 5 to 7, where he said, "But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi." We can also see a similar story in John chapter 5 verse 44, where it talks about how they sought honor from one another, but not from God, which is what actually mattered. Here it says, "How can ye believe which receive honor one of another, and seek not the honor that cometh from God only?" But let's address the big question. Why did God not like what the Pharisees did? And more importantly, why is it so bad for us to desperately seek honor and glory from others? Well, I think the main reason for this is because the world that we are currently living in is not a righteous world, according to Galatians chapter 1 verse 4 and 1 John chapter 5 verse 19. Therefore, the only way for us to get that validation from our fellow man is to leave God. And don't get me wrong, this isn't my opinion that I'm just talking about. I'm taking this straight from the scriptures. We can see this in James chapter 4 verse 4, where it says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God." The average person you will likely find around will be more interested in things of the world, things like houses, cars, fashion, and other things that were made and invented by men that they, find so interesting and special. But after all, why won't they? That's what's gonna make people like you. But on the flip side, things that have to do with God, they don't care about them, because nobody is going to like you if you know God very well. No one's just gonna really find that interesting. Many people would rather prefer if you don't know God, so that you won't criticize them for their wrongdoings, and if they are not doing what is right before God. As Christ said, men love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil, as we can see in John chapter 3 verse 19. And thus, to be able to get honor and glory from men, you have to put all your focus on the things of this world. For instance, you may have to forsake your family to be able to, work the best job and get the best house because you want people to honor you for your hard work. Whereas, family values may be at stake, and your children will lack access to a parental figure. Which would God prefer though? Well, the family. But I think the second reason why we shouldn't be too caught up with seeking worldly validation is because it's vain. The world that we are trying to fit into desperately will eventually pass away, as it was said in 1 John chapter 2 verse 17. So what will it profit us if we gain that, but then lose our own souls in the end? And if we go back to the story of the Pharisees, we can see how much effort they put into looking the best for the people and their fellow man, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Their system was destroyed, and today they are nowhere to be found. And if we invest our whole lives in gaining this current world, the same thing will happen to us. We won't get anything at the end. But the honor from God isn't like this. The glory that comes from God lasts forever. And unlike man, God lives from everlasting to everlasting, according to Psalms chapter 90 verse 2, and thus we will never be forgotten. The main reason why people want to avoid sticking with God is because they are afraid that they're going to miss out. But the Bible tells us that we won't miss anything. In Matthew chapter 6 verse 33 it says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." We can also see this in Mark chapter 10 verses 28 to 30, where if we focus on God, we will never lose. So trust me, let's stick with God's validation. It will pay off. But anyway, this is where I think I can stop on discussing why it is not really profitable to seek honor and glory from our fellow man. If you have enjoyed this video or learned something, I would greatly appreciate if you hit the like button and also the subscribe button, as it will greatly help our channel a lot, as I always say, and to click the notification bell so you will know when we will come out with another Smart Spiritual Solutions video. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you in the next video.